6:30 p.m. Eastern. Shelby's World Live taking off. Questions will be answered cause the queen get it off. Unity is for the black and brown community. Conversation without scrutiny. Hey, we speak from a place of power, no coward. We just making sure the truth isn't overpowered. Black goddess, black queen, no in between. Radio podcast to the big screen. Her smile is everything, can light up a room. She say what she means, that's why we're in tune. Grown woman handles her biz like it is. Discipline, a role model for the kids. Nothing was given, everything she earned. She sat back and learned, and now it's her turn. So stop on by, comment, subscribe. Each and every Wednesday, SW Live.
Shelby's World Podcast.
Each and every Wednesday, SW Live. Hey, my brother. Thank you for that, Naughty. I love that intro, y'all. Naughty did his thing on that, I promise you. That's like poetry. I love it. I love it. What's up? What's up? Welcome to another brand new episode, live episode anyway, of SW Live. We are in the building every Wednesday, as much as we can be on Wednesdays. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to step out and take a little mental break and do your thing. Yes, my sister, that intro be right. You're right. You're right now. That intro be right. Thank you. Thank you. Big up. What's happening though? How y'all feeling, man? We already halfway through this brand new week, and it feels good to be halfway through this week, y'all. It's been a tremendously busy week, and it's just Wednesday. We got more time. Okay. Share. Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you, Bookie Boo. How you doing? But we got more time. We got 2 more days left in this work week. But as far as this week in general, it kind of went by for us, especially if you had a busy week. It went by. Let's jump into this show because I know we got quite a few good topics on here for today. And the name of the show today is What's Done in the Dark, because it's been a lot of things that have been brought to our attention that is no longer being single-handedly hidden anymore. It's sitting right in front of your face. You can't be in denial anymore. It's right there. Okay? Front and center. Everything is right there. Just right there for you. Right there. Okay? We're gonna talk about that though. So today we discuss things that are no longer hidden by the dark, beneath the shadows, or under rocks. Things are now being done dead in your faces. The laws are being erased, rights are being destroyed, and guess what? We are now even extra informed that we only have a quarter of a vote in this country. Now, that's not necessarily true, but it has a lot of truth to it because of the so-called the 3/5 Amendment that had to be passed for us to actually become human. And it's strange that even though you're born just like any other color person in this country or non-color person in this country, you come out the same way, you have the same procedures, you have the same thing, but that shaded color changes everything. Now you looked upon as something less than, and it's really, really strange that could even be the case, but it has been for many years. Okay, many years. Then this amendment was passed, and then we're supposedly became now American citizens, and we're free people at this point. That's actually even more crazier that we were not equally free when we were born. We had to fight for freedom in a place where we opened our eyes and came out of coochie holes like everybody else did. You know what I'm saying? I'm confused. I'm still confused. But neither here nor there. We are still there. But the fact of the matter is, it was just brought up recently that we're still considered a quarter human. Because I think it was done in the Constitution, but it wasn't changed in the Bill of Rights or something like that. Either way, I don't care if we considered it or not. The point is, we're still treated differently. We don't need a law or a right to tell us that. It's just something that's common knowledge because you walk around with this shade of skin every day and you know exactly what you're going to experience. But before we jump into that, let's do the quote of the day because y'all know I'll get into the show. Um, I get into the show before we even do my quote. Yeah, my quote is very, very enduring to my heart, and I must run it on the screen. The beginning. Um, it was when I stopped searching for home within others and lifted the foundations of home within myself that I found there were no roots more intimate than those between a mind and body that have decided to be whole. Now, I don't know if you were able to catch all of it by word with the words. Um, but this is a very strategic quote because again we were talking I was mentioning earlier that we not were not considered whole from the beginning. We were a quarter. So you know it as people who were allowed who would have been if we would have been allowed to vote when we were a quarter American person, like a quarter whole instead of being 100% full. If we were allowed to vote, it would have took four of us to actually make a whole vote. It would have took four black people's vote to make a whole human vote because that would have considered us to be whole because everybody worth they're a quarter. You know what I'm saying? They're a quarter human. They're not all whole human at this time. We got something on us that made people think that we weren't a whole human. I don't know if it was the way our hair was or I don't know if it was just the way they spelled the last name that they gave us while we were slaves. I don't know what it was that made them feel like we weren't no longer I mean that we were never considered 100% whole, but at one point we were only considered a quarter of a human. So that's one fourth. It took four of those one fourth to create a whole vote. If that was the case during the time of voting, when we were considered having 100% rights, it was at the same time that we were given voting rights. When we were considered 100% whole, it was at the same time that we were given the right to vote. Okay, so the quote said, "It was when I stopped searching for home within others and lifted the foundation of home within myself. I found there were no roots more intimate than those between a mind and body that have decided to be whole." So the connections, the things that you had to ingrain, the things that you had to build into your foundation, the things that you had to see that made you feel whole. Because what mattered the most is what you felt about you anyway. And that's with anything. How you feel about you, how you put yourself out there, how you give yourself the abilities to go, how you make yourself feel, the purity you're pouring into yourself, how you feed yourself, how you clothe yourself, how you narrate yourself, because this is your story, this is your life. So everything that is going to be consistent with your life has to come through who? You. And that is what's going to make you whole. And that's what she did. This person stated in their quote that they found who they were by building their foundations, and their foundations is what made them whole. Boom. All right. So the quote, that's why I like the quote. Because we're talking about a time when we were not 100% human in this country. And for it to be brought up recently in a conversation in the White House while the government shutdown is going on, there's something to me. There's something that goes with along with that. There's something that go along with that because it ain't just being talked. You ain't just throwing out in the whistle. Well, weren't blacks considered just a fourth human anyway? That ain't just being thrown out there like that. Nah, it's a reason. So the fact that the conversation is being had and we're being talked about and brought up and things that we have nothing to do with. We always being brought into other people's business. Um, and that's because y'all be wanting to invite everybody to the cookout. Y'all invite everybody to the cookout. Everybody. And it be because they dance. It's weird. Okay. So for my Tallahassee natives, my people, I know y'all probably have heard what's going on in Tally right now with the Capital City Country Club there, which is also very, very much so known as being one of the most racist places in North Florida, which is Tallahassee. And just racist, very unequal, they exploited people, just had pure hatred toward the community, and they're trying to purchase 178 acres of land for pennies, pretty much, because 178 acres of land being sold for 1.2 million dollars is really kind of insane, especially when they've only been paying $1 per year on this golf course. That they paid $1 per year to continue to have their name being placed on that golf course. $1 per year. And they pretty much paid $66, and they now want to purchase it for the price of 1 point something million dollars. Tell me what y'all think about that, because y'all know what lies on that golf course, right? On Capital City Country Club is a lot of um, graves of different slaves that were thrown into, that were not given the opportunity to be buried with their families, or the families allowed to bury them, or anything like that. So it's a lot of unmarked graves there, but we know that there are women, men, and children during that time. What do y'all think about that? How does something like that make you feel, as far as history continues to being taken and being trying to be erased physically, from people being able to view and see what's really going on in our city, in our states, in our countries? Do y'all have any thoughts or any regards to the fact that that is happening? We do have the NAACP, who has now stepped in on both things. That's with the Capital City Country Club, as well as the FAMU situation, where they're not even trying to be inclusive of FAMU having the opportunity to have stake or ownership in the TMH Foundation that's going on, the purchase of TMH, the merger of TMH and FSU. It seems that it's going to be just an FSU venture, because FAMU was never even brought into the discussion. Y'all, what's going on in Tally, baby? Now, I always knew my city, we always knew that Tally is North Florida. They one of the racist cities in Florida, period. You know what I'm saying? We knew that. That's a known fact. But right in front of people, face under their nose, y'all are really trying to just swipe away stuff, like, and y'all with the hospital situation, I think that's really, really rambunctious that the two biggest colleges here are not even allowed in the opportunity to do that. And especially FAMU got their own pharmacy school. That's insane. You know what I'm saying? That's insane. I don't get that part. That I don't. It's some deeper stuff going on with that. It's a whole lot of deeper stuff going on with that. Hold on, I had a comment. There are grave sites in Tampa by the stadium that people have rallied around. Oh, so they trying to dig those up too? See, it's this is ridiculous. I mean, why would we be trying to? It's enough land. It's really enough land, though. It's really enough land. Why would we be trying to dig up people's graves? We done got greedy. America is greedy. The greed. Oh my goodness. Yeah, listen though. Think about that. Y'all want to dig up people's graves, bro. Like just because they've been dead 60, 70 years, it's worth just digging up their grave sites and just saying fuck it. I think that's illegitimately wrong, like morally wrong. It should be legally wrong. But now the NAACP has stepped in to protect and try to preserve that situation with the grave sites, and they're also trying to um, make some changes in this whole situation where FSU is trying to be the prime owner in the merger with TMH. Y'all got it's stuff like that when we say we got to be paying attention to what's going on in our community. Those are the things we're supposed to be definitely paying attention to because history being taken right away from under your noses. I like when my children were small, I took them around the city to learn about stuff, like to teach them stuff, to see things, to learn history in my city where they were born. You know what I'm saying? They have photos of the corpses right up next to the public housing establishment. Ridiculous. That's ridiculous. That's oh wow. Mm, that's ridiculous. But that we have to do that. We're not getting involved enough in what's happening in our communities. We have to do better with that. We really do. It's a lot more that we can pay attention to see exactly what's happening. But that means that you gotta be willing to be the people who are showing up, the people who care, because everybody's not going to do it. You got to have some people that's going to be boots on the ground, ready to be there, to stand up in there and go over like, I'm going, whatever has to be done, I'm going to make sure it's done. They have taken crafty counsel against our people and consulted against our hidden ones. What's this, Psalms 83.3? Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I can feel that. Yeah, I like this. I like that with this. I like that. Thank you for sharing. Thank you there, Patty. I like that. Okay. Um, Definitely though. But y'all gotta go step out and be more proactive with what's happening. Learn what's going on in your city. Be very, very mindful because what happens in your city threatens you just as much as it threatens the next person. So you got to be more proactive. Pay attention. Get yourself involved. Just know, even if your involvement is just like alerting other people of what's about to happen because you're paying attention. We used to have that. We used to have that village. We used to have those people who actually looked out for people in the community, and we do have to get back to that because it's going to come a time where that's all the people you're going to have. So pay attention. Stay focused on who around you and all that good stuff. Um, so I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to this. There have been votes being passed to lower the age of consent for children to be married in this country. Good evening, Jay. Good evening. For people to be married in this country. What she said. I remember going to the rally on talent. Every a lot of those things that we did back then, they actually worked and it meant something. Once you were proactive, people were signing petitions and things were getting stopped and bills were getting passed, and you know what I'm saying. The petition makes it eligible to get to the ballot. And that's the point that you're trying to do. You're trying to do that because your local votes matter. A lot of that other stuff, don't matter in them high ranked votes. And we know which votes I'm talking about. But your local votes for your city and what's going on with your area does, because that does affect how you live. If you own homes, you pay taxes, which the majority of everybody does. Um, you're involved in having to pay health insurance and things of those natures, all that stuff affects you. So you have to be paying very close attention to what's happening around you because it's going to affect your pockets, your livelihood, and your lifestyle. So, you know, don't listen to me. Just watch it happen. I'm just letting you know it's happening. There's a lot of changes that's happening in our country that are now affecting. It's open enrollment. If you work for the state, your open enrollment packet has now increased in money to have to pay for your health insurance, for your extra add-ons like your dental and your vision and your all that stuff is going up. Why is it going up and things ain't changing? It's insane. It's insane. So yeah. Um Oh yeah, the healthcare yeah, that system crazy. It's 100% crazy. It's 100% crazy, and a lot of that is being brought to the light. A lot of people are realizing how to maneuver with healthcare, so that they don't have to be caught up in these high risk plans or these things that are happening. You can just have. This one lady told me her disability insurance covers all of that. I'm telling you, it's other ways around things. I don't know. You got to find out through people who know. But I just heard through the grapevine myself that this lady was able to her health care coverage came through her disability insurance. Things that she needed to go to the doctor for, all she had to do was file a claim on her disability insurance. Y'all better learn this game system in this game. There's ways around it. There's ways around it. There's ways around it. I'm telling you, it's no joke. And yeah, and a lot of those benefits definitely are beneficial. Definitely beneficial. You gotta know the system. You gotta get into it. You gotta learn it. You gotta learn it. It's not just we may have thought that we made it completely out of 100% out of survival mode, but everybody's about to get dumped the fuck back into it. So just open your eyes and start paying attention to what's happening around you, so that you'll be prepared. All right. Next topic on the agenda. The mass support of underage children in relationships with grown people has grown dramatically, and a lot of that is due to bills that are being passed that have lowered the consensual age of being married to 16. 16, and then in some states, they're fighting for it to be lowered to 14. These are children. These are motherfucking children. These are children. They are passing bills and laws for grown 60, 50, 45, 90-year old people to be marrying children in this country. We know that this country is based on pedophilia, but we're talking about making this okay to the point where we writing laws. We fight for our life for laws to rape children. They doing it. They're already doing it. They're already doing it. They're getting caught up with it. You got judges that have now popped out, getting caught up with messing with their granddaughters. You got grandfathers messing with their granddaughters. You got uncles messing with the grandsons. It's popping out. It's popping out because they knew that this law was going to be able to come, and they thought it was going to save them in time. They got arrested before the law was passed. But the point is, this is really what's happening. This is really what's happening in this country right now. We talk about our children. They're already snatching our kids. So what's up, sis? They're already snatching our kids up and taking them and using them for human trafficking. And now they're going to be using them to wed them and become their husbands and their wives. And this is okay in our country. This is okay here. This is okay now. Remember that. These are the people y'all be voting for, though. I don't give a fuck. And one thing about me, I don't care, and I've never cared what anybody thought about what I feel about politics. But if a bitch ain't worthy of my vote, I'm not voting for a soul. I don't care how nobody feel. When they were talking about a vote, when you don't vote, that vote goes to the other person. No, the fuck it don't. It goes to no one. That's who it goes to. You can't make me feel bad about a decision that I'm going to make for myself. I'm not putting a person who has raped people and an ignorant motherfucker. Just because y'all saying choose who's the best, less than, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear there's someone the better, the lesser evil. Hell, y'all, that's your choice. If you going with the lesser evil, I wrote my name in the ballot. I'm more qualified. It's my vote though. So if you're gonna take away anything from that, take that away. That's my choice, my vote. Anything else from that, you can shove that. It could be stuck elsewhere because we're not gonna worry about what nobody else do. But that's why I don't talk politics. But what I will say is, if it is a choice, because it's my choice, I choose to do what I want to do, and that can be a choice sometimes. Don't stop putting stupid ass people in the seat for us to even have to choose from. That's ignorance all over again. That's why we sit up here now being dealt the hand of 16-year-olds now just being chosen and being manipulated and now being just legally now you're human trafficking this girl. You sexually abusing this person that has no control over nothing with their body. They just now finna be your slave, your sex slave forever. Doesn't matter if they Democrat or Republican, they all lie to get into office. Every last one of them lie. Every last one of them lie. Every politics is lies. Politics is lies. But your local votes though, them people you can hold them accountable because you can get them the fuck out of there. Because one thing about shame and rebukeness, they're gonna get caught up doing something they're not supposed to be doing. Like always, all of them always getting caught up in something, and then that's gonna be their way out the door if they're bad people. You know what I'm saying? If it actually reveals themselves that they turn out to be not who they say they are, then they will be humiliated. Now your humiliation is way more powerful than waiting for somebody to get denounced or getting good God, what's my word that I'm looking for? What was the word that was supposed to get Trump out of office, y'all? Somebody type it into the comments. I'm having a brain freeze right now. Somebody type impeach. There we go. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I don't trust the government friend at all. Pure point blank. Impeach though. We can get them people out the way. Impeach. Thank you. Thank you, Pat. Promise. Thank you. Get them out of office. What does it say right here? Some people are just trash. Period. Just like what, and they're gonna expose themselves because they always do. Everything that they come in and say that they gonna do, they lie, and they're gonna go ahead and show you their hand, and then it's gonna be just that. It's gonna be just that. Thank you, baby. It's gonna be just that. They always show their hand. They always show their hand. Yo, 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 yo. What's happening, D? What's happening? Child, ass, don't you get on here with that, girl. Them people go get mad at you about that now. All right. Married and single at the same time. At the same damn time. I will Gucci. I will at the same damn time. At the Ass say so. I know that's right. Yeah, you can't care. No, that's nothing for people to care about anyway. At the same damn time. All right. So, Y'all got me tickled. I'm tickled. D, get off my get off. D, feeling good, friend. Sorry, you beyond. Cheers. Mm. All right, so we're gonna talk about married people still being single. Now, whether y'all know it or not, open marriages are at a rise. And what people do and how people live in their marriages has absolutely nothing to do with the next person. That's what we have to. That's what we have to. Cheers, my friend. That's what we have to accept is that people are going to live their married lives how they want to live their married lives. Married and single sheets. Yes, D, because it's happening right in front of your face. Y'all, a lot of men, a lot of y'all know that because I talk to a lot of guys and hear their feedback on these conversations that I be wanting to know because I like to know firsthand from the horse's mouth how they actually deal with these situations and these encounters. So there's a lot of married people that actually live a very very single life, but either their partners know about it and they have understandings and they have like an open marriage or a minuscule open marriage, something very small or something just very very open. But my whole point is how somebody is in their marriage has absolutely nothing to do with you. It has absolutely nothing to do with you. That's their marriage. And it's a lot of people that have chosen to live their lives how they want to live their lives. And we be so quick to worry about what another person think, but you won't have to worry about what another person think if you ain't opening up your mouth letting people into your marriage, your situation. That's yours. That's your sanctity. That's your place of peace and comfort and stability. And letting people just walk all the way up and through that thing is exactly why so many marriages come to ends right there. 23% of men and 19% of women admit to cheating in monogamous relationships. And these are monogamous relationships. These are not even the fact that you're not even married yet. This is just a monogamous relationship. This is someone who you've said, I'm going to be committed to. I'm just being committed to. You know what I'm saying? And I love this person and I want to spend my life with this person and I'm going to show them that. And that's what you're doing in a monogamous relationship. But that number is quite high. Brothers just be wanting to jump up and down. Sometimes the wife be cow shit with that. Oh, bullshit with that. Okay. Okay, that was a good way to type that. So so you basically saying that she be holding back. So because she's holding back, you feel like that's a reason to go and cheat. Hold on with that. Hold on to that. Don't let that go. Don't let that situate. Don't let that leave. Hold on to that thought right there. I'm gonna have to come back to this comment, but hold on to that thought because we have that is one of the theories that people actually utilize when they feel like that's their justification for cheating. 23% of men, 19% of women admit to cheating in monogamous relationships. That's before the marriage. They said this what it is before the marriage. 16% of married individuals have cheated. 16% of married individuals have cheated. Okay, there we go. All right, 16% of married people have cheated. 20% of married men and 13% of married women reported cheating on their spouses. All right. Now, why why the men's percentage high? Because really, Nate, why is the numbers are the numbers. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Man, here you go. She got me talking about D. I can already know that. I've learned that couples aren't as traditional as our ancestors, and that works for them. Everybody not untraditional. Do what works for you and all the masses. That's really not all the masses. That's correct. Here, you have to. You have to be living in your own truth, your own life. But the life. But the thing is, you have to be honest with the person that you're stepping out with. If you and your partner got to understand, and that's fine. But you can't go pulling nobody else into nothing, and you ain't telling them that this is what's going on. That you got a whole partner that's okay with you being out there outside with them. I'm telling you, friend. You gotta really have these conversations. Like you just because it's okay with you and your partner, you over there like, oh, I'm cool. No, well then don't be going giving nobody else the opportunity to get feelings for you and fall in love with you, and you out here playing because you're able to. You can come out here and do that, but you can't be serious with that person. So that's totally unfair to bring somebody into something that you know that you're not going to be in for the long haul. Go ahead and give them that honesty, because you should be one to be honest with them, especially because you married. If women were utilizing their morals, they would not even play with a married man. A lot of women have benefits from married men, and but like you said, morals. It's definitely something that you must have when you're dealing with certain issues. You cannot just be up there jeopardizing your morals for a quick chance at something, or the opportunity to come up real quick, or just a quick nut. You can't just be like that, especially if they want to be a wife themselves. Yeah. But you think that a person who has messed around with married men ain't married themselves? It's a lot of married people that's cheating with married people. That's another stat. That's another stat. 13% of married women report cheating on their spouses with other married people. But that's another thing that women do, though. Women cheat safely. Men just cheat. They cheat a little more safely now. They ain't. You ain't gonna hear about they little undercover relationship out here in the streets. But the men relationships get talked about because the women they mess with just be everywhere type of women, everywhere type of women, and that's what the problem be right there. That's how y'all get caught up. That's exactly how y'all get caught up. But nothing is always good. All parties. Tia, you did a funny right there. But yes, y'all, if you're actually out here living in your marriage for what you and your partner believe in, you'll have a happy marriage. You really will. Now, for the people who don't understand that they can be the reason why people aren't having happy marriages, let's talk about the some surprising statistics on cheating spouses. Let's talk about that. The percentage of affairs that begin at work is 60%. Half of the people who doing cheating and stepping out are messing around with somebody at their job. 60% of the people who are cheating with somebody at their job. Now that I could believe. I could believe that because I ain't even been at my job 3-4 years, and I done already heard about all the stories of the people who was messing with everybody, and I'm looking around like, ain't these people mad? I like laughing at stuff like that. I agree, friend. Yes, that's true. 60%. 60% of affairs begin at work. All right. I'm legally deaf. Dear God, oh. Up to 60% of all spouses would take part in some form of infidelity at least once during their marriage. Bro, that's 60%, bro. 60%, up to 60% of all spouses, all will take part in some form of infidelity at least once in their marriage. Truck drivers like me don't cheat. Y'all the ones cheat the damn most. I know you ain't say that. You know what? Get out of here, Dennis. Get out of here with the foolishness. Get out of here. 56% of men who have affairs claim to be happy in their marriages. So, do y'all believe because a person cheat, they not happy with their partner? Main ones, Tia. Main ones. Do y'all believe that? Do y'all believe people that cheat aren't happy with their partners? Do y'all believe that? Do you believe that cheating? Do you believe that sexual acts make you unhappy with your partner? Jay say yes. Come on. Come on, married people. Do y'all believe that sex with somebody else means you are unhappy with your partner? It could definitely mean that you are unhappy sexually with your partner. Definitely. Cause it's a lot of things you and your partner can do. I don't know, it's a lot of people just be stuck up in the bedroom too. But yeah, I definitely can see that. Yep, yeah, you miss it. Something over there making you unhappy, and it could be you. Could be you yourself. A lot of people be holding their own self back because they be doing the biggest stuff. I don't agree, but maybe sexually. I think it has a little bit of I think that whatever the reason you're cheating for, that's where you're lacking happiness, or that's where you're lacking sufficiency with your partner. So if it's sex, it may be sex. If it's emotional support, it may be that you get from somebody else. If it's this, whatever it is, you're latching on to somebody else for some of those things. But if you just latching on for sexual purposes, that's what it is. That's what you're lacking at. That's what you're lacking at. That's why some ain't doing it. Ain't doing its justice over there. It may be just not good enough no more. Cause if you're fully happy with everything your partner has to offer, then you wouldn't step out. That's absolute correct. So there has to be something going on. I feel that way. I definitely feel that way. It has to be something going on. Has to be something going on. Women and men cheat at the same rate within a marriage, although the reasons why women cheat are very different from the reasons that men cheat. Yes, any relationship will be work every single day, too. Every single day. Because sometimes you got to bite your tongue. Sometimes you got to learn how to be accepting of people's feelings without putting your feelings involved in it. Because a lot of times we do that though. Like we be so concerned about how we feel, we can't listen to how nobody else feel, and then that's a part of that thing that says it takes work. It's gonna take work. It's gonna take work. I'm starting to think that cheating is a sport at this point. Why, Dennis? Why you think it's a sport at this point? The most common reason why a woman cheats on her spouse is emotional satisfaction. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think women cheat for the same reason men cheat, for sex. I don't want no, like I can't be with nobody. I can't be within a relationship, married or not. She's talking about block him. Let me tell you something. I can't be in no relationship, bro, married or not, where I have to feel like like I have to step out and cheat on somebody, because that's just. But we're talking about just Shelby now. Now I'll try to turn up a little bit and see what it is that we was lacking, because I'm not finna really even get into no relationship deeply with nobody until I know what's going on. Like I don't have time for that. Because he playing the sport. That's what it is, Jay. I don't have time for that. So when they say stuff like emotional satisfaction, why, if you got to look outside for emotional satisfaction, why are you with that person at all? I don't play those games. Like, For real? I'm gonna be honest. If I was the type of person who had to step out, it better just be because my person done broke their leg and I got to go get it from somewhere else. But that, something like that, bro. But come on now, just like because you ain't satisfied with it, what is you with that person for? You don't even have to cheat. Just wide y'all together. Let it go. It's certain things that you cannot be staying in relationships for when it comes to if you could, especially when you're not a person that's just out here dating for security. Watching a few years is gonna be added. Shut up, shut up, shut up. Most women cheat for get back. Oh, yes, that's very true. They do a lot of get back cheating, and but it's not really. It don't get. It's not for. I don't know a lot of women who cheat for emotional reasons. I done seen that in books and read it in romance novels and saw it on the drama movies or whatever. I don't know. I don't know if it ain't working, bro. Just leave. Let it go. Cause why? Cause now I'm finna be if I gotta go cheat for because I'm not satisfied sexually, aren't I gonna continue cheating because I'm never gonna be satisfied sexually, right? I've already learned that, right? I'm never gonna be satisfied, so I gotta keep cheating. I'm letting you go, and how you even get married knowing that you ain't satisfied sexually? Cause you knew that before you said I do. You knew that. You knew that. And you did it anyway. Then that means that you was looking for some security somewhere else because you gonna sit up here and tell me right now out your own mouth, out your own fingers that you typing on the keyboard that you were satisfied. I mean, not satisfied, and you got married, and there was not another hidden reason why you got married. Because I know good goddamn well you ain't just jumped over that broom and said I do, knowing that 5 nights out of the week ain't nothing going down. Get out of here. The money. That's why the comfortability at our big old age. Those are things that people supposed to be making mistakes with when they're younger. You you're not supposed to be going into your old settled down ages where you're supposed to have nothing but peace in your life and no anger, no harassment from your partner, none of all that other stuff. Because we done got to this big old age where even if you've been married a long time, your partner know you. So y'all know when each other in a peaceful state of mind. Y'all know when each other not good. When y'all good, y'all know all that. You know all that. That's what having a good partner is. But you ain't finna tell me that y'all step out and cheat for emotional satisfaction. Leave them people alone. If whatever you lacking in your relationship, if you can't fix it in your relationship, and you trying to go beyond and say this my person, this my person, this my person, and y'all can't fix it. If it's fixable, fix it. One thing about it, if it's fixable, fix it. But you can't tell me that something that's not fixable is not worth you like leaving because you ain't. Why would I just have to keep cheating, man? Something gotta give. Hold on, we got a comment. Women are emotional beings, so in my opinion, when they do step out, it's because the one they're with is dropping the ball in that area, which can lead them to being sexually involved with the one who feeds that emotionally. That's true. Anything. That's why I said if you whatever reason you're lacking something, you're gonna step out for that reason. I just don't believe in emotional cheating. I ain't trying to get myself involved emotionally with nobody else. That's what my person for. I just don't want to do that. But that's not to say that's not what everybody else is out there doing. Okay, definitely not saying because that's a very good point. The most common reason why a woman cheats on her. Okay, I said that. Research consistently shows that 2 to 3% of all children are the product of infidelity. Mazel tov. Mazel tov. Indefinitely is not our issue, but I do understand the reach out. Correct. Yes. Most people are surprised by their own behavior at the start of an affair. Because it's gullibility. You be like, ooh, it's a new thing. That's how it is when you getting involved with anybody. So I'm just going to assume that if you doing it in an infidelity state, that it's like, ooh, something new. Something new. Almost everyone admits to having fantasies that involve someone other than their spouse. Mm, I don't know about that because when I'm with somebody, that's who I'm with, baby. I love my people when I'm with my people. I really believe in that. I really infidelity is not our issue, but I understand the reach out. I I definitely believe that when I'm with my person, I'm with my person. So if I'm thinking about other things, thoughts or whatever, that's what that they're definitely that person that I'm thinking about. But I know I done heard, we talk about what the celebrity crushes and all of that. Do y'all believe that having a crush on a celebrity is terrible and you dream about your celebrity crush and then in in sexual ways? Y'all think that's wrong? Cheating is not the leading cause of divorce in the world today. Incompatibility is the number one documented reason making communication is the leading cause. So they're saying that the lack of I mean the incompatibility is a huge reason as for divorce now, but lack of communication is the number one reason for divorce in the country now. Lack of communication has now taken over cheating. Cheating used to be the number one reason for divorce. Now it's lack of communication, bro. We ain't talking to our people. We gotta talk. We gotta get things out. Some studies also put the percentage of husbands who will eventually cheat at close to 50%. Them niggas go cheat. What they say? They say black men don't cheat. Baby, them numbers ain't lying. Them numbers are not lying. 50%? Sheesh. Sheesh. I can believe that too, friend, because yeah, lack of communication now is a lot of the reason for divorce because y'all not even talking no more. You done shut down. I definitely can believe that. But 50% is a very high number. And they said that husbands will eventually cheat at close to 50%. So the number is going up, basically. It's going up. Now, this is a stat that I didn't even really think about. High school dropouts and couples in which one partner is largely dependent on the other's income are more apt to become cheating spouses. And there's probably somebody at their job. It's probably somebody at their job. Yes, friend, 50%. It's probably somebody at the job because That's where they are. That's where they are the most work because they're the only one working. They have to bring in all the income. They end up cheating with somebody at their job. So cheat back, but black women don't cheat. I mean, there's ways around people getting divorces. Everybody don't get a divorce just because of cheating. That's what I was trying. That was my whole point of getting to when I asked earlier: is cheating something that's worth a divorce? Because everybody don't. I mean, when I asked earlier about cheating, is cheating the break like a breaking point or whatever? When they said that it's 60% of cheating is 60% of reasons why we get divorced. How? How? I'd rather just not be with you in a relationship. I ain't gonna get married and we already don't know what our boundaries are. We gotta have that conversation already previous to a marriage. You gotta have those conversations already. Don't get into your marriage and then be blinded by what you want or what you don't want. Don't even let it go too far. Don't even let that relationship go too far. Just learn your person. Learn your person. Although the cheating laws are rarely enforced, adultery is considered to be a crime in Michigan, Minnesota, and South Carolina. Ain't that something? Cheating is a crime in Michigan, Minnesota, and South Carolina. Did y'all know, this is another stat, that 17% of cheating spouses have an affair with one of their in laws? An in law. I follow zero celebrities. Them I always want you to follow and subscribe and support. Dennis, I already told you earlier to get off, get off, get off, get off. Oh my goodness. 17% of cheating spouses have an affair with one of their in laws. I think that's insane. He's so serious about that comment he just made. He came back with this comment right here. That's crazy though. So y'all, if y'all gonna cheat, so y'all rather cheat with somebody close to you and your person? That's insane, bro. An in law. That's insane. That's insane. I'm thinking to myself like, why would you even do something like that? Why are you trying to even let somebody know you cheating? That you that's disrespectful. You stand correct. Some of them do cheat with their in laws. It's disgusting. I know, friend. I stand corrected. That's disgusting. And it's right. It is right there. It's right there. That's very close to the very, very close to you guys as partners. And you're cheating with someone, that means you don't care. Now that's you don't care for real. You don't care for real. The percentage of cheating spouses who have a fling while on a business trip is 35%. On a business trip, 35% of cheating situations happen while on a business trip. But y'all out here throwing throw that, throw that, throw that, throw that, throw that, throw that. You my comments are apparently lagging. Oh child. Don't worry about it. When you come up I know what you be talking about most times. So it's okay. 3 to 4% of spouses have cheated on their significant other in any given year. So they're cheating constantly. There's like 3 to 4 times a year. 3 to 4 times a year. A cheating, like, that's a lot of times in one year to cheat, ain't it? 99% of Americans state that they expect their spouse to stay faithful to them. What? I know that's a lie. I know that's a lie. 99% of Americans state that they feel like their partner should be faithful to them. No, they expect their spouse to stay faithful to them. 99% of America expects their spouse to stay faithful to them. I just don't believe that number is true, that they expect that. Because a lot of people get married to people that have already cheated on them in their relationships. Do they feel just because they're getting married that's going to change whether or not that person cheats again? Did that person tell you they'll never cheat again? And is that why you believe that? Like, I don't know. 99% of Americans expect. That's a very, very high number. Their spouse to be faithful to them. I would say 100% of people should think or feel that that's the way it should be, but to have that expectation, I don't got expectations. Maybe that's just me because I don't have expectations of people. A cheater will always be a cheater. Trust me. You ain't. That's just that. You can't quit cheating. You got away with that too long, and you enjoyed yourself. You ain't quitting. That's a sport. That's why Dennis said he feel like cheating is a sport right now. More Americans today, 80% say that infidelity is wrong than they did in 1970. So today they feel like infidelity is definitely more wrong now than they did back then. And I think that was because most people kind of accepted when they found out that their partner had another family or their partner was cheating on them. They kind of just accepted it and went along with it. The overall chance that a marriage will have one spouse cheat over the lifespan is 1 in 4. Good googly moogly. 1 in 4 people will have a cheating spouse. I want y'all to drop in the comments. It don't matter if I get off my live. I want y'all to let me know if you guys feel that cheating is a reason to end a marriage. I just want to know, yes or no, in the comments. You don't even. I won't even. It's not even gonna go on screen because we're over our time. We're about to cut out. But I want you to know that whatever you feel about whatever goes on in your relationship is your relationship. That's how your happiness will stay intact with your partner. Worrying about what the next person accepts and what they do and how they do it is on you, Cause looking over into that she looking over into that other yard and seeing that grass and thinking that grass is greener will trick you every time. That shit is fertilized with shit. You might be actually fertilizing your grass with love, and they may be fertilizing theirs with shit. It's just growing because shit does grow grass. All right. So listen, just don't do what others do. Live your life like it's golden. Definitely pick up how you feel, you and your partner feel, and keep that as the number one thing in your relationship. Thank y'all for tuning in today. I want y'all to have a great rest of the evening and the rest of the week. Treat yourself good, treat your person good, love on yourself and love on your people, bro. That's what we're supposed to be doing right now. Cheating is definitely a reason in the marriage. That shit. Great live show. Thank you, boo. Thank you. Shot check, my friend. She meant shot check. All right, boo. Shot check. I will see you after the show. Y'all tune in next Wednesday. We are back for round two, part two of Black Men and Their Emotions. Brandon will be back onto the show. And on our third series, we're going to have two other Black men that are going to join in so that we can actually hear more opinions on that. But I love y'all. Thank y'all. Y'all be great. Enjoy the rest of y'all evening again, and enjoy the rest of y'all week. Love you too, sis. Y'all take care. Peace.
6:30 p.m. Eastern. Shelby's World Live taking off. Questions will be answered cause the queen get it off. Unity is for the black and brown community. Conversation without scrutiny. Hey, we speak from a place of power, no coward. We just making sure the truth isn't overpowered. Black goddess, black queen, no in between. Radio podcast to the big screen. Her smile is everything, can light up a room. She say what she means, that's why we're in tune. Grown woman handles her biz like it is. Discipline, her role model for the kids. Nothing was given, everything she earned. She sat back and learned, and now it's her turn. So stop on by, comment, subscribe. Each and every Wednesday, SW Live.